So, welcome back. Um, an hour ago, I posted a video on again about my nightmare that I had last summer, and in a hour, the video did get 20 likes. So here I am, going to explain. Sorry if I'm panting right now. I just danced. um, so yeah, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications and let's get into it. So, in the story of the dream, I think, I was on a road trip. It was winter, and there was this holiday where, like, all the holidays in the year were combined and celebrate them all day. And colorful, there were colorful decorations and fun activities, kids running around busy street markets, all that. And I was on a school field trip. This felt more like high school. And, sorry. And we stopped at a Cracker Barrel. And most of kids, almost all the kids, went to go eat since they were starving. This was just dramatic girls and all that stuff you would experience in high school. And and I went, so everybody, well, maybe not everyone, but Cracker Barrel has the eating area and then just the item shop. I wasn't hungry at the time, so I was looking around the item shop, and what was there were like R-rated movies like The Walking Dead, The Purge. Never seen any of these. I just know about them. Then Masks and other movies, and all of a sudden there were gunshots outside, and and everybody got down on the ground up against the wall on their knees, and Russian soldiers came in, and they had some sort of like camouflage green container with a warning label on it or something. And I was the only one who knew Russian. And they had asked me to translate the label. And I read the label. It was instructions on how to release this thing, which it didn't really have a name in the dream, so I just call it the silent death. And they said that if I didn't translate or follow what they wanted me to do, they would end up killing me and all the other people that were in the Cracker Barrel. So I read the instructions or whatever they were, and then they walked out somewhere, I don't know where. And even in this story, I was known to be quiet and barely say anything at all. Now, for some reason, Jason from Stranger Things, I don't know why he was in the dream, but he was. He came up to me and started picking on me, calling me a liar for being quiet, for being mute. I just hit him straight in the face that that was funny. Until then, there was screaming in the other room and gunshots, and everybody had started running. I run into the room, and this thing here, I still have the drawing. Now, like the other warning had said on the video, there is drawing of blood on it. This thing, sorry if I'm shaking, this thing was out in the room killing people. And honestly, I was terrified. And I didn't know what to do. And someone had run into me, knocking me over. And then they ran off, but as I fell over, I saw a woman who had also fallen down and was screaming at me to help her. And the thing had the silent death, that known as the thing I'm talking about. It had picked her up and torn her apart in my very eyes. And that was like the most gruesome thing that I had ever seen. And honestly, I was too scared to even speak. And sorry, I have to plug my phone in real quick. But I was so scared that I didn't even speak. Till then, the teacher that was with us on the school field trip had gathered the remaining students and led us out onto a bus, and we escaped. And this was like a prologue to the main story. So the next scene was 5 years later. I am definitely older in the story, and this scene takes place in a public restroom of sorts. I was in the stall writing down in a journal of, well, technically the prologue, and I heard a noise. And I think I was like sitting under the counters. Then I heard something and I ran into the stall, closed it and locked it, and stood on the seat of the toilet and covered my mouth because the silent death had entered and was looking for someone else. And was looking for someone else to kill. I'm sorry if I may be silent. I'm sorry if this video randomly ends. I have strict parents, so they don't even know I have YouTube right now. That I'm on YouTube right now. So, back to the story. So, it came into the bathroom, and it picked up something, I don't know what, and after a few minutes, the thing dropped, and it was a head of a person. And then it left, and I let out a sigh of relief. Now, warning, this scene may contain in somewhat a attempt of maybe suicide, but like in stories and such, like in horror stories and such, some people just want to end their lives because they've been through too much trauma. So, I got out, and a couple minutes later, excuse me, a person then walks in, or like more like ran into and closed the bathroom door, along with another person who apparently had been hiding in the stalls before I even got there. So two people were in the bathroom with me. One of them was a boy, more like an emo type. Don't make fun. His name was Katsu, Katsu. And the other, well, guess who? Jason. Apparently, he was also there. Don't know why he was there. So, and then three others. Another guy walked in. Can't remember what he looked like. And then two girls had also ran into the bathrooms. One of them, both of them were more like e-girls. I don't know what's up with me and emo. They were just there, and they were actually OCs of my friends. So at least that was comforting. So Jason was there. I can't remember the other guy's name. And the other one was Jackal and Jade. And in this case, my character was Mayosi, so her name was Shinetsu, which means 1,000 summers in Japanese. And we had started chit-chatting on how I got there, and then I broke up the chit-chatting and warning, attempt of suicide. I asked anybody if they had a gun, but none of them had one, and I cursed because honestly my body was like ready to be out of whatever this world was. So after chit-chatting for 30 minutes, another noise had came from the silent death, and we hid. I decided to hang my long coat up against myself, but the fabrics were easy to see through. Jason was sitting with me, and he was trying to be quiet, but he forgot to lock the door of the stall, and his breathing was out of hand. He was panicking, and the silent death had found him. And yet again, in that fate, he was also torn apart. And the silent death looked over to me as the jacket and was right up against my face. And just seeing the blood in the mouth and eyes bloodshot, I don't know how else to describe it. But then that's when the dream ended, and I actually woke up crying. But that's what had happened. Has anyone else had similar dreams? Please let me know in the comments. Have a wonderful day. Peace.